Right, welcome everybody to episode 16 of your girl's Crusty Foot podcast with myself, Yui,
myself, Mr. T,
and our special guest for today,
Aisha B. Let's add that in.
Hello, Ms Aisha B.
Hello.
Now, Ms Aisha B, we haven't seen each other since the label days.
I know.
I feel you two ain't like
No,
we've not seen each other since like the label days.
That was not a genuine friendship.
in it, not like me and T.
I was an industry friendship. You get me? I see Aisha like we catch up all the time.
In it, we're like besties.
My bad.
Not this fake love.
Well, that was Diddy for real, you know. He didn't care about none of the artists.
You know, that was
He
my
said
role.
bye.
That was my role. But yeah, so so how have you been?
I've been fabulous. I can't lie. Like I've been living a great life.
Lovely. I love to see that. Love to see that. I heard you're doing some casting these days.
I am.
Please
I'm
tell us a bit more.
casting for a channel that I can't name, for a show that I can't say.
Okay. What was your last casting, for example?
So my last job was story producing on Bake Off, which was like the best job in the world. Very
nice.
Wholesome.
That leads us to one of our sponsors. Here's your lovely cake, K's Cakes London.
Oh my god, I'll be judging it with the knowledge of bakery.
And
Oh, it's got glue on it.
Oh shit, I was getting left out. Thank you.
There you go.
Oh my god, no, that
we got
looks really
Krispy
nice.
Kreme donuts. We got K's Cakes this week. It's a beautiful.
So yeah, please
Shout
carry
out
on.
K's
Shout out
Cakes.
to K's Cakes.
Please carry on.
Yeah, I just be producing shit.
Okay, so how was Bake Off?
Bake Off was amazing. The allergies were not my friend because we're in a field for like 3 months.
Oh, so you actually have to be there filming.
Yeah,
In a
I'm like
field?
on the field, in a field, on the field. So on the field is like my job, like field producer. So you're in,
Right, okay.
yeah.
So, right, when you meant field, as in on the road.
But then
Not
also
actually physically
in
the
a field as well.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I mean.
How do they bake in a field?
So we got like a little tent is set up, and then all the lit, like it's all set up there
okay.
all the time. This I won't even say, but this
Is that where
lady,
they
very
normally
wealthy
do,
lady,
Is that where
Odie's.
they normally do Bake Off?
Yeah, they do it there every year. I think they moved for a couple of years in COVID, but
Okay.
like now they're back in their usual spot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's quite cool. It's very cool. I felt very important.
Oh, nice. So when you were at the label, you were singing.
Yeah.
Still singing?
I am still singing. I've got some projects going on.
Okay. Where can people find you?
I've got one song on Spotify at the moment. With,
Under Aisha B?
It is under Aisha
Under
B.
Aisha B, everybody.
With Jade Dragon and Airborne Gav.
Nice.
That's out there. I'm currently oh my god, I got my fingers
What's it
in
called?
many
What's it called?
pies. That one is called Raw. It's like my favorite song. It actually came up
What's it
on.
about?
Well,
Tell us more.
it's about this deep emotional connection.
Yeah.
A deep spiritual emotional connection.
Raw. I'll
Okay.
be listening to that
Yeah.
later. See what's going on there.
I've got all sorts of things going on, you know. I just keep myself busy. It's like I can't stop.
That's good.
You're working on Made in Chelsea, right?
I was, yeah.
Okay.
I did Made in Chelsea, Real Housewives of Cheshire.
Okay, so listen, this is the lady you want to talk to. All the aspiring reality TV stars out there you're watching right now.
Oh my god, yes.
So do you
Interact with us,
cast?
we'll hook you
Yeah.
up.
I
So you
cast
cast
and I
directly
story
to those,
produce.
Yeah? Okay.
So sometimes I'll be casting and then story producing. Sometimes I'll be doing one or the other. But
How do you source?
do you know what? I just be finding people on it's like, so currently I want to find someone to get engaged on the show that I'm working on.
Okay.
So I've been looking at engagement like pages, who's commenting, who's liking.
What, someone to just propose
Yep. That's
to
what I
their
want.
missus?
Or it could be the other way around, but I don't really want that. Not for the
Okay.
optics.
Interesting.
So
And
I've
so
been
what's
contacting them and
What's
stuff.
the show going to do for that person?
It's just good for me. It's good
No,
for
I meant as in, why would I want to go on the show?
They'll get to stay somewhere nice for a few days, like get like very like VIP luxury treatment, couple of days.
Do they still get to plan their engagement, or is it planned by the story team?
I actually don't know.
Okay.
Maybe they would get to plan
They
it.
get to plan it.
Probably
and then-
they'd get some say, but like yeah, it's
So
probably
is this how it works then? To basically get picked up on these shows, you kind of got to put yourself out there on like social media and hope to get spotted by someone like yourself.
somewhat, yeah. Like a lot of it will search like locations. Say I want to cast someone that's like cool, I might look at like Hackney or Shoreditch who's in like cool places, and then just look at the pictures. Yep, they look good. Message them. Do you want to be on telly? Most people do.
Okay.
Like,
Can we get some mediocre looking people on TV? just we stop like just utterly putting all the pretty people on TV. I want to see some real savage looking.
There's shows for that though.
yeah,
Are
they're
they?
like,
Yeah, there's
yeah,
shows
Naked
for that.
Attraction.
Where the ugly people
Naked
shows?
Attraction.
Naked Attraction.
What's that?
Oh,
They get very normal looking
yeah,
people, and
yeah.
you see all their willies and stuff.
Have you ever worked on that show?
No, I don't think I could. Can you imagine? I'd be there like. And what if it was little? What am I meant to do? Make you feel good? No, you don't deserve it.
You got to maintain a professional face and just a straight face all the times.
My friends worked on it. She said you are literally just around naked people like for the whole day, and you have to like
Keep a straight face.
What's the heating
Brain.
like? Do they keep the heating up to like
I
help
think it's probably
your
cold.
levels? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you don't want sweaty naked people.
You don't. You
You'd be
don't want
better
that
off having
shrinkage
them a bit
either.
cold.
Yeah, you don't like shrink up and be like, oh no, the camera's rolling, and then you know they keep
My
it a
worst
certain-
thing about that show is when they roll up, and you know when they come to the face, if you're the first person that goes when they show the face, you're butters. And it's like because you made it through the whole body phase,
made it through
and
the
then
whole
they see your
body,
face and they're like, oh,
Oh wow!
oh, it's not you.
Oh wow! But if you,
Because it's true.
At
'cause
any stage,
your
it's
body is actually
devastating.
the kind of the ugliest kind of
Yeah.
parts of you.
At
You know
any
what I
stage,
mean?
it can be devastating. So you get to the pum pum or the penis, and
Yeah.
they're like, no, and like you're
Yeah,
not
but
gonna
at
feel
least
great
it's not
about
your
yourself, are you?
face.
No, but still, you're not gonna feel like I'm butters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
I
gonna
get
just
that. I
feel like
get
I've got
that.
Just like,
fucked
oh,
up
I've got an
dick,
ugly
or-
Yeah, that's
or
it.
my pum pum is mangled.
Yeah,
like,
that's it.
I'm not sure that's like that's consolation.
Oh no, I'd rather have an ugly. No, well, no, I wouldn't actually. Yeah, but I look great. It doesn't matter. I wouldn't have this problem. I'd win.
But yeah, you kind of want like both your
Both,
faces to be.
everything
Yeah.
to be intact.
Yeah.
But you said you wanted normal people on, so if they're normal, then they can't all be nice.
That weren't the show I was thinking about putting normal people on. That's where I would probably switch to selection. Like, but
You should go into casting.
maybe I should. You can
maybe
hook me
you
up in
should.
that. Yeah,
It's a fun job.
How did you get into it?
So I was literally doing social media at some agency.
What do you mean by that? As in just helping a company promote themselves on social media?
Yeah.
Right.
And like we had various different clients, and then one of our clients was Universal
Okay.
and Carnival Films, who do The Last Kingdom.
Oh,
Which
that's my show.
I worked
The
on
Last
that.
Kingdom. What's that?
What?
I worked
Uhtred.
on it. Yeah, Uhtred.
Oh, Last Kingdom.
Edinburgh.
Uhtred, the Godless. Uhtred of Beddenberg. That's my shit.
You worked
Are
on the
you
Last
I
Kingdom?
worked on that.
No.
What?
No, we need to
right.
talk.
Aye, no, yeah, we gotta talk about
we
this
got-
shit.
I thought you were just doing reality. I'm
Nope.
like, yeah, get out of it.
Nope. I've been doing some work.
Oh my god.
How long were
Yeah.
you working on that?
Well, I worked on it for a year. I almost died on that set as well, I'd like
I
to
can
say.
imagine.
I got bitten by a poisonous spider and I got sepsis. And
Oh,
I
you
was,
serious?
Yeah. I
Where was it based?
in Budapest, in
Oh,
Pest,
okay.
like just
Oh,
outside
shit.
the city.
Oh, that's insane.
Because there's a big
Wow.
set there, like, because obviously it has to look authentic,
Yeah.
right? So, like, there's a huge grounds that no cars, like, no nothing is allowed there because film places rent it out.
Okay.
So that you can't see no, like, pillars in the background or anything.
Oh, so it's just perfect kind of thing.
But you just got to walk around a lot, and sometimes you get bitten. Sometimes you also get chased by a swarm of hornets because a cameraman kicks something, and then you have to run. And
that's
the
long.
guy that played Magnus, Canute,
Oh
he
yeah,
played Canute
little
the
bad
baddie.
boy Canute. You know,
He literally
smarmy little
struck me
guy.
over his shoulder and was like, "I should run," and I was like, "Why?" It's like it's hornets, so I'm like
that's-
running.
How many series? Like, is another series coming?
They've got one more
One
for
more.
Last Kingdom.
I
Yeah.
thought they can't be no more because Uhtred's got to die soon. That guy's been around fighting against Vikings, English.
Maybe he
Vikings,
doesn't
English.
die. Maybe he just gets old.
He died, I guess, but in the true story, like I think, does he die in battle in the true story?
He dies when he's old
Yeah,
in
he
the
dies
true
when he's
story,
old,
yeah.
sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
But you don't know how they're gonna do it. They have Bernard, the book writer. He comes down all the time. So when they change things, like he knows what's gonna
Okay.
happen. And
So
he
do you
approves it.
cast for that as well?
I didn't cast for that. No.
So what do you do on that show?
So that is how I got into TV. So I was doing their social, and then I spoke to the director, who was a woman, and I was like, "Yes, Queen, I want to be like you." And she was like, "I would back that. Like, why don't you follow me around? Like, learn from me a bit."
Okay.
And then I ended up doing it like every month for like, it's like 9 months.
So that following her around, that was non-paid, right?
No, because I was still doing the social media.
Okay.
So I got to do a bit of both.
Bit of both, right.
Okay.
But like on the buck of doing the social. And then I come back, quit my job. They were like, do you have another job? I was like, no. And then I emailed around all of my clients that had and was like, I'm leaving. And then Monkey Kingdom, who do Made in Chelsea, they emailed me and were like, do you want to come and work for us? And
nice.
so I literally just took the dive and then
Good. Just went for it.
yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, man.
So if I got like show concepts, can I like give them to you?
I mean, yeah.
Real Housewives of Barking. A real in-depth look into like, well,
Is that not just Towie?
whoa, no, it's far from Towie.
Whoa.
Isn't
Whoa.
Barking in Essex?
It's,
Basically the same thing.
it would be like the other side of Essex. It would be, I think it would be a beautiful thing. You kind of get to see like the flip side of Towie.
No, but
like,
would it be?
Yeah.
But
Would
would
it
it
be
be the
beautiful?
Real Housewives of Barking of now, or would it be a Real Housewives of Barking of 10 years ago?
of now,
Why,
so
is
you
it
can
like
kind
the
of get
mums?
cross sections. So there'd be like Romanian housewives,
Okay, yeah.
Afghani, for old school English Barkinites. You know what I mean? It'd be a real
Not
cross section
Barkinites.
of crack and debauchery. Do you know what I mean? Like,
You could
No,
pitch
no,
that
no,
to
I
Vice.
can see that. I see that.
baby,
to
yeah.
I would say anyone that wants to make a show, you should make a pilot because people don't have time to read your scripts.
Okay.
Do they watch pilots though? So if I go out there,
Yes.
okay.
So,
Yeah, everyone
despite
watches
that, you're in
Vice.
TV. Do you heavily watch TV?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
It's weird.
What's your favorite shows?
I don't want to be that girl. I want to say something better than Love Island.
Oh, I'm so sick hearing about fucking Love Island, man. I don't know
else have
what
I watched?
Luca is, but it makes me sick.
This year was terrible.
Luca's the worst. Oh my god.
She just wanted to add that. Throw
He
that
was
in.
so
Like,
mean.
God, I know Michael Owen's daughter was on there.
Yeah,
I
she
saw his
was.
post this morning, and it's like him and his daughter is like, "Oh, we're so proud of you." And the caption that she literally got fingered on national TV. I'm just like, God,
Well, you don't know that.
I don't
She might have
know.
been
I
like
have no
keeping it very
idea.
PG.
I don't. Which did she? Was
I
there,
don't
like,
know. They don't show that. They've made it very
Yeah,
tame.
they made it.
They don't
really-
show that
Oh,
anymore.
serious.
We're
But
not
to be
allowed.
fair, the person that I wanted to win won. Not the couple
Really?
I wanted to win.
Of course
the
you bloody
person I
watched
wanted
Was
to
it
win.
Ekin-Su?
No, Davide.
Really?
Yeah, man.
But
That's
we
my
love
guy.
Ekin.
No,
He
no,
was
no,
the
no.
Italian guy who was a
Yeah.
fake Italian, right?
Yeah.
So I
But he
know that
was-
much.
Yeah.
I
He
mean,
was
I
the
don't want
funny
to say
to
too
me.
much
Just
in
for Twitter.
case I work with these people one day, but he wasn't the best.
No?
Ekin was great. I really like India.
I wanted that
Yeah.
movie to win.
Yeah, I live,
as a
and
couple,
I felt
as
like
a couple. Yes.
social media went too hard on them, but
I
of course
wanted.
they
He
did.
was a
because he
23-year-old
was black.
guy.
Whoa! I'm curbing this conversation right now. We are not doing this. Right? We are not doing a 20-minute talk on Love Island and Ekin-Su, whatever the hell the Ekin-Su is, or whatever you're not talking about.
We've got to
Wrap
be
this out
amenable.
quickly,
We've
please.
got to be amenable to our guests. If our guest wants to discuss a certain
Oh.
topic, you know.
Even she was dubious about it, like, oh, I don't want to be that girl.
No,
I
no.
don't. I mean, I also watch a lot of true crime. There,
Okay.
that's how I balance
Okay.
out my shit.
Have you watched that new one? The worst
Is it the
fucking
grey-
guy on the internet.
Oh
I
no!
don't
So
watch
there's
true
a
crime.
new doc. No, it's not. It's not really. It's
What
true.
is it?
It's basically this guy on the internet, yeah, that created a website, early 2010s, yeah, and it was called. Forgotten the name, but it's basically hate porn. So if you break up with your missus or whatever, you can post their nudes on there and say she's
Oh,
a bit, and people then can comment and just be hating on them.
Genius.
It was genius. He became the worst,
Isn't that
the
just
most hated
Snapchat?
man on the internet. That's what the documentary is called on
Oh,
Netflix.
for real?
Yeah, because
days.
all these women apparently that were on there, obviously they didn't want to be on there. So they're trying to. There's things on the website that say if you want to take your pictures down, just email me. And he just used to make jokes about it. He's not taking no one's pictures
Oh my
down.
God.
Legally, like, how do you even get away with that?
No, but this was before.
Oh, for the
Before.
This
regulation
was just
came in.
2010. All those this
Right.
legislation came in after that about revenge porn and things like that. But then you could just post something on the
Oh,
internet and
mad.
say, "Oh, that was my ex."
It's
She's
mad.
a
I've never
bitch."
even heard of that site.
And this is
It's
why
a very
ladies-
American site, yeah.
Oh,
This is why we
American.
don't send nudes.
Yeah, that's it's
Yeah.
a
Lingerie.
gamble. But they got this thing on WhatsApp now. You can put like the thing so it expires
The
after
little
1
timer,
year. Yeah,
They can
that's,
still screenshot it
Yeah, if they screenshot it, but it'll
Oh.
tell you though.
oh, dude, does it?
I think
on
so.
WhatsApp.
Oh no, I use Telegram. Not that I ever send nudes. But if
Okay.
I did, it would be on Telegram.
You know what it was? Like Telegram was just for like illegal life before.
Yeah, I
And suddenly
know.
like 1 month during lockdown, everyone's face starts popping up on my Telegram.
Yeah,
like
it's so true.
real names and faces. like, what is this? What's going on here?
It's so true. But you can do secret chats on there.
Is that how women are creeping nowadays? Every time I see like
You could put a little timer on your shit, so
Wow.
like by the time they open it, if you put a 2 second, it's
wow.
and then it goes.
all these
They don't even have
all
time
you
to
married
think.
women are seeing pop up on Telegram.
That's
I
like-
now know what you're doing.
It
now.
was like the other day when we were out in a park and someone said, "Oh, they just met this guy," and no, they were together. And then she was like, "Oh, my missus, how did you meet him?" She went, "Oh, I met him on Bumble."
Bumble,
Bumble, baby,
not
Bumble.
Bumble.
Yeah. That's how you know you've been in a relationship for a long time. That's a Bumble.
So my missus was
Bumble
like,
clout,
"Oh, okay."
Jamaican dating.
And then she turned to me and goes, "Oh, do you know? Have you heard of that dating app called Bumble?" I was like, "Huh?"
Bumble.
Bubble. But yeah, there's just
Bumble.
so many
Still
things
say
that I just
Bumble.
unless you're in that space, there's so many
you
things that
wouldn't
you
know.
just wouldn't know about. You know what I mean, it's crazy.
No, it's very true.
Getting back to some serious topics, you know, let's bring it down. Let's get into our news and entertainment, you know. I heard you discussing a minute ago about the Arsenal player,
Thomas Party, yeah.
Thomas Partey. Yeah.
Yes.
Before I get into Trinity's views on this, what was your views on this? Because you said one bold statement at first. What was that again? Oh,
It was
another
gosh,
footballer.
another footballer
footballer's a
rapist.
Right.
Because, okay, I have many opinions on this. I am inclined to believe women because I feel like it's a lot to come out and say that something happened to you, so you probably are not lying. I do appreciate that a lot of people will lie when it's about like a celebrity or like, you know, public figure. So you're more likely to hear a lie if it is someone like that. Also appreciate the fact that he is black, so he's going to get harsher reception, whatever he does. Even if he fucking jaywalked, he's probably going to get worse, like, comments. So I wouldn't take a side without, like, you know, I'm not the judge. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I am generally more inclined to believe women. And I heard it was more than one. So, I mean, are they all lying? Are we all just a gang of liars? Probably not. So, I don't know.
See, this is interesting because the first thing when I saw the story was the same thing. I thought like, oh, another rapist footballer. There's been bare the last few years. Then she came out on Twitter and she was like exposing the messages between them. And in the details of the messages, there were like nuances of like what actually happened, like called into question the whole thing for me.
Because
So-
you would feel that that's something that would happen in a
So
normal
what?
relationship.
So what happened with incident as she depicted it online was that they were in a couple. They've gone on a holiday. They've gone out. He was flirting with other women. They were both drunk. She came home first and she was angry. He's come home a bit later, drunk. She's in bed. He tried to put his willy in her mouth, like to try to get some late night head. It didn't happen. She was drunk and tired. She's like, no, I'm too drunk. They went to sleep. Next morning, he left straight out.
But they were in a relationship.
They were in a
Where
relationship.
did he go?
I don't know. I think he was just like, you're causing too much problems, girl. I'm leaving. So he just cut out, gone on what he's doing. And then next day she's like, well, I was half asleep and you tried to put your dick in my mouth. That's rape. I don't feel like that is, well, it's not rape. Like,
It's
for
sexual
starters,
assault.
it would be sexual assault as a charge. Secondly, in a relationship, how many times does that happen in a relationship that like a man might come home drunk, try to wake his missus up with a little something? If he forced her to like suck it or something, then I'd be like, okay, that's sexual assault. But if she's just like, no, I'm too drunk, and that was it, like, I don't see where him trying becomes sexual assault. It's the
Did he
forcing that would
try
make
before
it.
he asked? Did he
Yeah,
ask?
if she was half asleep. So it's
Did you just put the willy in?
Yes,
Or did
so
you
it's-
ask first and
No.
then put the willy in?
But
That's
how
the
often in a
difference.
relationship would you come home and be like, sweetheart, hello?
Darling, I'd like some brain.
Okay, you know what I mean? Like, nah,
Every time.
you're drunk and sloppy, like you might just slap it out kind of thing. It happens in relationships.
But if it went in her mouth and she hadn't said yes or like confirmed or gave consent, then that is assault or rape.
It is, but it's such a fine line technicality because I will put it out there. Look, I might get slaughtered for it, but I've been with women that love to get woke up with a dick in the mouth.
But they might have told you already. You wouldn't have assumed that they like.
No, but it's a gamble. It's like you never know. You never know which way it's gonna go. Like all I'm saying is, you make things like that inside a relationship.
Yeah, you would know.
No,
Yeah,
there is
like-
a thing that they've, obviously there's a husband can be done for raping his
Rape,
wife.
yeah. If you rape your wife, like if I by vaginally,
But throughout all the years, there was the case that no, that's my wife. How can I be actually
raping her? Yeah,
But until it's been proven and the effects on the women itself has been explored more, till they've now made it a law that you can rape your wife.
because I think there's a lot of fine lines and things which aren't covered by legislation. So when there's something like that, you can still be married. You might be separated for the last 10 years.
Right, cool.
True.
But
And
now,
then
so
legally, when you rape her, you say, "Oh, that's actually my wife," and you get away. That's wrong.
so
Not
let's
men thinking they have autonomy over
let's do
women's
it on the flip
bodies.
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
How many times has your drunken missus come home and just sat on your face?
Thank you. Like that has happened. Like
Really? I was
Yes.
gonna say no, never. I'll go sleep.
you never gone home drunk and just sat on a man's face like.
No.
What?
No. Why would I do
shit.
that?
Maybe you should try it. Yeah, maybe you should try it. Might wake up like shit. But like,
So on the flip side, if your girl did that to you,
Mm.
you would be fine with it. You wouldn't call it. You would be absolutely fine with it. You wouldn't feel that she invaded you. You wouldn't feel.
how much is she worth?
It doesn't matter.
Oh,
how much
it
she's
does.
worth, right?
No, obviously not. To me,
Not
that's
a
not.
high value woman.
That's. I mean, yeah. If it's
Okay,
if it's a bag to chase, then
So
obviously
you and your missus had an argument, and
Yeah.
just before she came home, you came home angry, yeah?
So I'm angry at my girl,
you're
and she
angry at
just
your
sits in
girl.
my face.
Yeah, you're angry at your wait, hold on. You're angry at your girl. You're both drunk, yeah,
Mm.
and then you came home pissed, went to bed. Trini, you pissed. Remember this, yeah? You're angry, and then all of a sudden she comes home still drunk, blah blah blah. On the phone to her girls, still boom boom boom, and then she gets the phone to her girls. Like you're probably just rolling around thinking, oh my god, she just woke you up, yeah. Then all of a sudden she just busts in the room. First thing she does is just literally sit on your face.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
You're angry. You remember
Yeah,
that?
man,
You're still
yes.
angry at this point.
Yeah.
So how would you feel about that?
I feel like she's taking the risk at that point because she sits I'll bite her. Then, like, and it's the same thing for a man. Like Thomas Party could have got his things bitten off if she was
That's what I was
really
gonna
mad
say.
and drunk.
I'd
So,
bite it.
but nah, for me that's like a domestic issue. Like if I'm mad because she sat on my face, that's an argument for me and her. That's not even something for me to discuss with other people. Like, oh, my girl came and just sat on my face the other day, man. I was angry and I won. It's just not like that's a household.
That's a man thing.
But for me, it's like
Also,
me,
I would
alright.
assume you're stronger than your girl. But if you're a woman, you're not generally stronger than your man. So
No, it's
how am I
not-
getting you off if I don't want you?
But
if I don't want
sometimes
this?
you see the little finicky man with like some big girl. So
Yeah.
just go and just
But
sit on
he's
his.
got to be strong somehow because he's got to lift up the tin.
For real.
I
I'm
think
more
it's
the point.
more about like the like. Not that I ever would just sit on someone's face because that is a violation in my eyes. I would like to ask permission. I do like a bit of consent.
This is the nuance.
Consent is a bit
I can
sexy.
just say, but it's like
generational
where
thing as
where's
well.
where's the spontaneity of like saying, "Baby, you want to suck my dick?" Like there's no like,
Because
"Oh, baby, can you?
get consent in
Would you like
different
to eat me?"
ways.
Like there's
If
no.
I'm honest with you, me being in a relationship, I can't remember once my girl asking me my permission to grab my dick.
No, it's just
I was about to say, yeah, that's different. No, it's not. It's
That's
not.
what I'm saying.
It's
That's
not. I have
basically
to
what
be
you're saying
conscious.
right now.
No, I'm not. I'm saying I wouldn't expect it either way. Even if I am in a relationship, I would expect to not even just like be asked, but like I need to allude to a yes and they need to allude to a yes for me to like go through with it if I'm in a relationship.
But they didn't go through with it. He left.
But he
stopped.
put his dick in her mouth, no?
But if she didn't,
Did it go
so
in
this-
the mouth or
this
did
is
he
the-
just try?
This
He
is
just
the
tried.
this is
He
the
slapped it
thing.
on her face.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether he
I'll be
breached.
vexed.
Did he breach for lips? We don't know if he breached for lips.
That's the difference really because well I don't know I'm not a judge as I said but no I don't know.
To be fair, this whole case, we don't know the ins and outs.
Mm.
We're just talking our basic opinions.
Yeah.
And we're talking our opinions based on the sources that we have read.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's
I mean,
all we can
I
base,
saw
base
that
it
one
on.
of them got proven as being false but then there's two more
See,
apparently.
that's what I don't. We don't. So, for example, we don't know which one is false, which one's real. We're looking at, for example, just that
was
Twitter
that one.
feed, yeah, and then you read something else today, and it went into he left her bloodied, and you know, it went into more of a story,
Yeah.
and you see, we don't know which one's which.
We get the context of that. So yeah, I read that, but then on her Twitter thing, she's also in the thing. She had like a scroll thing. Now you really slow down the scroll thing. She talks about anal, like how she let him do anal even though she wasn't really comfortable with it. So like she feels like she deserves more. As she's saying, I think that might have been the bleeding part. I don't know where the bleeding fitted into that conversation kind of thing. So it's like I said, we don't know the case of the details of that case enough to really say guilty, not guilty.
And we don't want to go into like a Tim Westwood thing where
But
we're actually
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But the prison I think it sets is just of if he can be found guilty of rape, let alone sexual assault, for trying to get head when she was drunk. Not forcibly getting head, but trying to in a relationship. I think that's a dangerous prison. And that's like now suddenly, because let's be real, if they were still together, if he didn't leave the next morning, or if they went through with the marriage, this wouldn't have been a thing. I don't feel like
It might have just been an argument.
Yeah, because you look at it, there's another incident that happened between them where she's taken a non-disclosure payment.
No, she took non-disclosure payment
for this.
Yeah, and then she said, "No, I'm not. I'll give the money back, and I will openly say because I don't want this to happen to other women."
Okay.
So why did he offer her a payment if he didn't do it?
Because
that happens. I think that just happens in general.
Yeah.
The lawyers, once someone's ready to open something and he's a big enough figure.
To be honest,
the lawyers would get
I
involved.
know in the music thing that happens all the time.
Regardless,
Like,
even if the accusation's false, sometimes.
Yeah.
Initially, watch me out here
like
trying to trip over people's shoes and claim money from them.
It's like a business.
Yeah, it's literally like a business. So you don't even deal with the case. It's just like, okay, your lawyer's on that. Women in Manchester has claimed it. Well, blah, blah, blah. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, so it's just like paying it, like shut up.
Just stop it before.
So it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, a lot of time it's false claims and like the women know what they're doing and they just kind of like systematically get paid out.
See, the problem is that the people that do pay off, they do have an element of that already, because otherwise they wouldn't be paying off. Like there's so many stars that I'm telling you that fight every single claim down because that's not them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the ones that have
They're a bit rapey.
they're a bit rapey. Those ones they just pay it off because they don't actually know whether that one's actually true or not.
So if you're like, again, from an artist point of view, a lot of time your team would tell you, pay it off. Just pay it off and get a non-disclosure because
it costs more to fight it. Sometimes.
Yeah, it costs more to fight it, and once the smoke is out there,
it's
just on your name. So you're better off just playing to extinguish it from the jump. I know you didn't do it. I know you don't want to pay the money, but look, it's gonna be better for your career. My money is small thing. You're gonna make that back in your next show. Just pay off and keep it moving. So there is that side of it as well, where you just like,
I just can't believe that there are so many male celebrities out there that are bigger than this. I didn't know who this guy was. That you could accuse, but why are they not getting accused? So it's got to be like there's no smoke without fire, no?
Yeah. I mean, alright, but then you can say like, well, I don't know, he's got other women accusing him, but if he's had like 50 women in his life,
he's got other women.
Why would it just be her? I think what kind of candidates her as well was she was on what's that show with Young Philly and Harry Pinero on that? The date thing.
I can't remember. Is it the Foot Asylum thing that they do?
Yeah, one of them things. So people were like, oh, she wanted to be famous anyway. So yeah, it's difficult.
That's not gonna get you famous.
Nah, but
clearly
clearly you're trying to get into like the sphere of like, and then you're dating a footballer. So it kind of casts that aspersion. Not to say she's guilty or not guilty, but that's what kind of people start seeing it and saying, oh well, she wanted the money, she wants the fame, whatever. But we don't know.
I mean, no one remembers these people though anyway, so if that is the route people are trying to go to get famous,
it's not really
it's not a route. Yeah. Like, you'll be forgotten in a couple of weeks.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, that might be the thing as well, because if you're trying to just get your money up then, but then she turned away the not disclosure money, so I don't know.
Talking about those musical stars, you were talking about festivals.
Yes.
You went to a few festivals recently.
I have.
Which ones?
I just went Camp Festival, which was like a wholesome family.
What was that? That looked
it was
like Cassidy, I'm not gonna lie. That looked like...
It was.
So What's it called? Camp Festival.
It's called Camp Festival.
Is that Festival the one in Isle of Wight?
Yeah,
Okay.
but so obviously there was a girl that passed away
Oh, wow.
at Festival. It was a whole thing.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
What,
it
drugs?
was. Yeah,
Okay.
but like, so her boyfriend drugged her or gave her the drugs, but gave her too much, and then filmed her and her reaction for hours, and then she died,
What?
and he left her there.
So he basically a psychopath that murdered his
Yeah.
girlfriend and filmed it.
And
for-
her
for
dad
views.
is like a celebrity. He's like an actor. So Festival itself got loads of really bad press, and then they shut it down, and now they've kind of merged it into Camp Festival, which they always had, which was their family one.
Okay.
It was sheer caucasity, you are right. It was very, it was a very
Oh, is that what you said? Caucasian?
Yes.
Yeah, cool, Cassie.
It was hella Caucasian.
Yeah,
but I am
Festival's
half white.
Caucasity anyways.
I was
Yeah.
just there, like,
Like
dipping the
anal.
toe in the Irish side. Like,
What was like the music quality there?
terrible, then rudimental. That was basically it.
Okay.
Okay.
Who else was good? There was, General Levy was there. That was fucking
What?
fire. Yeah. That was great.
What?
That was amazing. I was at the front just like,
That's mad, but you know what it is like. 90s dance was his no General Levy like from before.
Yeah,
the
man.
week,
He
then
went
tune there like.
number one.
I
on
know.
Top of the pop stage.
Yep.
Bro.
But it's like, it's still rolling off of this wicked thing. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, it
years.
was the first song he
Bro.
did and the last song he did.
He went
No,
number
that's it. You know, I know General Levy before like the wig. And what's the
Wicked,
tune?
wicked.
Do you know like the wig and the tune before? What's the
Which
tune
one
before
was
that?
But I can't
English,
remember
yeah,
that.
now wear it. The wig. Yeah, that's how they did it. The wig. Remember the tune there? So like he was about beforehand, and then he
Yeah.
done the jungle thing, and that's
Yeah.
like boom, he's now the OG legend.
Yeah, OG legend of jungle.
Yeah.
Literally. He was amazing though. Faithless. They were
Okay.
good. DJ set though, it's not the real thing.
So what kind of music are you into now these days?
Honestly, everything.
Everything.
Really. It depends on my mood.
If you
But
listen to Beyonce's new album,
no.
have you?
Never been a
I
fan.
have.
Of course you have.
Is that because you're in a relationship or is it because you're a fan of Beyonce?
Oh, no, it's just because I'm a fan of music.
Okay,
Oh,
fair.
why you
And
say
I have
you
to
try to say
listen.
music? You say Beyonce. You're a fan of
I
Beyonce.
have to
That's
listen
fine.
to every new album that comes out.
Fair.
That's just the thing I do.
Your justification for it just show you feel some kind of guilty. It
I
feel like
don't
it's a
feel
guilty
any
pleasure.
guilt because that album was trash.
Was
it?
it?
Trash.
I saw it's got is it like a 2-part album or something? And for,
I'm kind of over it with Beyonce, I'm not going to lie.
Just trash. It's for me. It's an album made for the LGBTQ for yes.
Oh,
IA
for real?
plus, yeah.
Yeah.
Literally the whole album for me. That album is made strictly for them.
Her new fan base.
oh,
Or like,
for real.
yeah.
My
Okay.
missus said something as well. She's a strong Baptist who.
Your missus or Beyonce?
No, my missus said something about Beyonce being a strong Baptist,
Right.
but has a whole album promoting people that technically her Baptist strong.
They would be
faith
against it.
Is against.
But I
It's
feel like
rough,
she's
okay.
a product. She's like a commercial product, isn't she? Like she was a feminist for that album that she needed to be a feminist for.
yeah.
She's like very blackety black for one album
one
because
album.
that's
Yeah.
what she needed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
this is why I don't buy it.
that's what I thought this album was. I saw like picture of her in like a black horse or something.
No, white. Polo
White
kind
horse.
of,
Oh, was it white?
It's like
Shit,
a
I
shiny. It's like a
completely
sparkly.
missaw that.
It's like a sparkly horse kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
But every track, like she's like, oh,
Is it
yeah.
all like that? Break
It's-
my soul.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not for
Okay.
me. I could hear it if I was in a club. I would listen to it, but I'm not going to
Listen
sit
to
down
that
and
in a
listen
club.
to that.
But she had to retract the song because she had a lyric saying about she's spazzing on the dick, and
oh,
then
yeah.
like some people were like, "No, you can't say spazzing."
But
So
it's
she
just
had
like
to-
Lizzo said something as well, and then she took it back. She changed the lyric on the same day, and then she apologized. Beyonce just changed the lyric. She did not say sorry.
Right. So I wouldn't
Beyonce does
apologise
not
for
care.
that.
She don't care if you're offended. She said, "Carry on buying my album, please."
yeah, I'm paying platinum anyway, bitch.
Okay.
So who's winning?
So
who's winning?
yeah.
Who's winning the summer musically? Like whose album was like? There's
you
always
so
a
far.
song of the summer. Like what is the summer song?
It's not a summary song, but if you've heard Cass is Dead's new song, Traction Control, love that song.
I just feel like
Okay.
Cass is Dead will never win summer. It's just written in bylaw. Like,
But I love that song.
alright, cool. Where's it?
Burner Boy, Last
there-
Last.
Yeah, that's probably winning
Yeah.
the summer right now.
That one's
Burna
winning
Boy.
the
Yeah,
summer.
Burna Boy.
I've not heard. I've somehow just missed everything Burna Boy's ever done.
Now everybody go for breakfast, child.
Wait, keep going.
Go on. Keep going.
I don't know the rest of the words. Something I gotta be.
Is it not like
sort
a
of.
Tion Wayne and Russ like annual summer song
It's
this year?
definitely
I didn't know
it's
Tion
definitely
Wayne was
the
still
last
making songs.
one, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's being played like literally America here, everywhere,
Okay.
around the world.
Everywhere.
What about Chris Brown's
Everywhere.
album? No one like.
And the funny thing about that song is, I said it. I think I made a comment on someone's Instagram. Is as a Nigerian, yeah, I find it hard to sing that song loud in my house.
Why?
Because
Why is
the
it
chorus is Igbo and Shayo. Igbo is basically weed.
Is it weed and
It's
Hennessy?
weed and
Oh.
and alcohol.
What's it
and
called?
that.
Igbo Chayo.
Igbo.
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 I'm gonna try.
Igbo. Igbo.
Igbo.
Igbo.
Igbo.
Igbo.
I'm not gonna culturally appropriate this.
I check my heritage and I'm like 94%
Yeah,
Nigerian.
yeah, yeah.
So
Oh my
I
god.
can do that.
I'm like basically mostly Nigerian. I
Oh,
couldn't
you want
believe
your thing
it.
as well, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
We're
all
strong
the other
heritage.
islands,
And
like everywhere. I got a bit of Congo. I got a bit of the Ivory Coast,
Yeah.
Ghana.
I had some Ivory Coast and some Kenya.
okay.
But what are you, Jamaican as well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jamaican Guyanese is like the original
Yeah, yeah,
heritage,
yeah.
but like both of them went to Nigeria. Like
Yeah.
both sides.
I also got some Arawak, which means
Oh, I had some Arawak
Did
as well,
you?
but yeah, I'm Guyanese,
the
so I kind of
original
figured like
original Caribbeans.
Yeah.
I was
yeah.
there.
Damn. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, you look at like some of my great aunties and that they're actually Arawak. Like this.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I was gonna say something just now. I just literally lost my train of thought.
If I say something about
Yeah,
them,
about the ancestry.
Okay,
Did you see recently about someone found? I think it was the actor. He found in his ancestry that he was one of the major slaves. That his ancestors was one of the major slave owners. So they've literally cancelled that show now.
what? Nah. Who was this?
I think it's who's J Lo's new husband, but was
Ben
his-
Affleck.
Ben
Oh,
Affleck.
oh,
I think
yeah,
it was Ben Affleck. Yeah, Ben Affleck. So
Yeah.
he basically went on the show, and he found out that his previous ancestors were one of the largest slave owners.
You don't want to show
I'm
off
so
about
glad.
So they cancelled it from the show.
Yeah.
And then the TV station decided they're just going to cancel the show now because they don't
Yeah,
want
because that's all you're gonna find if you're looking at white people.
Bro,
Like,
I
what
always
do you
wondered
think?
with these shows where you do like the DNA, like the heritage checks, and like the things where they like, you know, the kind of clairvoyant things where they travel back to see who they were in the past life. Why don't they ever come back and say like, oh, I was actually a rapist or a slave owner? That would be more realistic. It's always like, oh, I was
It's
a
only the
great guy.
good, good ancestors that come through.
But yeah, his one was big slave owner.
That's why
so
I'm
they
happy
didn't-
to
they didn't
be
show it.
Irish.
That makes sense. Ben Affleck has slave owner ancestry energy. I can kind of believe that.
I'm happy to be Irish because they were slaves as well. So it's like the safe Caucasian. You can like, it's okay.
Someone said the other day.
There were slaves in Jamaica as well.
From the 60s that in Brixton it was just Irish and the Caribbean and
Yeah.
Jamaicans. That
Because
was
it was
That
used
was
to
with
be
no blacks, no
literally-
Irish. Nigga, that's
the
that's
demographic of
on the
Brixton.
signs.
Yeah.
It was no blacks, no dogs, no Irish.
Yeah.
So they had to go to like their underground like places. That's
Yeah.
why my friend, shout out Dane Baptiste, he calls me a Windrush mixed race,
Yeah, for real. For real.
and
what
I
I'm
think that's true.
That's what you say.
When I was
That's
a
why
kid,
there's lot of
yeah.
Irish and Jamaicans.
it was more open racist society.
Mm.
But the people that would embrace you would be the Irish, and they'd always say the same thing to me, like, back in the days, there's always no blacks, no darks, no Irish.
Yeah.
It didn't make
That's
sense
quite
to
good,
me,
you know.
but like I understood it was
You
a
understood.
kinship.
Yeah.
Well, because they had Irish slaves in the Caribbean as well.
Yeah.
After so
Okay.
slavery was starting to get abolished, so they would take the Irish slaves over there because they needed to train them
Okay.
with the other ones. Yeah.
Right.
That's why you'll find a lot of Jamaicans will have like
So
a
that's
couple
like-
of percentage of Irish in there.
So when the Irish then came back over here, they were like, no Irish, no
Yeah.
blacks.
I'll
Well,
say
then there was
they
the
classed
potato
us all
famine.
Jamaican Irish is a lethal mix in a woman. I'm gonna say that as well at the same time. You don't listen.
Yes.
You're in a relationship with a Jamaican Irish woman. Just step
Watch
lightly.
out.
Yes, step lightly.
As a Jamaican Irish woman, I agree.
Yeah.
Be
Yes.
careful.
Sleep with one eye open.
Oh.
My ancestors are all angry, they'll come for you.
It's not a joke. It's a real thing in that DNA that's gonna spark if you say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'm with Irish girls, so I know what Irish is about.
Ah, okay.
She's Irish and Scottish.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
Anyway.
Celtic.
Did you watch the Euros?
The Euros, the one that was
The
just
women- the
happened.
Women's Euros.
Oh, I was on a train, so no.
Like, you was on a train for the whole 3
Yeah.
weeks it was on.
No, oh, what? All the other ones? Why would I watch that? No, I would have only wanted to see the winning one.
So it didn't inspire you to take football up. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, I played for Twickenham under 16 girls when I was younger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
So actually quite good. I was on the Sky Soccer Sports Roadshow thing. So I was on the telly playing
Wow,
football.
you are.
Okay.
This is a multi.
Yeah.
So what made you stop?
So I moved out of London because I was a little shit, and my mum wanted me to go to a school like in the countryside to finish GCSE years. She was right. No, I was a little shit. And when I got to that school, they said no, girls don't play football, so you can play netball or rounders.
Oh.
Wow.
Do you feel like that hindered you? Like you could have been like out there with Leah Williamson lifting a cup if they had allowed you to play football in school?
Probably not, because then I got boobs, and I was like, fuck this. I
That
have to do
is-
sports. I've got tits. What's this?
Controversial question. Do you think there's a link in female footballers and... I could rephrase that. Firstly, are there any straight female footballers?
Yes,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
one of them
Who?
has been.
I don't know the
my
names,
friend's
but-
DMs. So yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, yeah.
Who? Can you get a name?
Come on.
I don't know who it
Release
is.
the news.
I'm really
I
like...
can't even. I don't
We
even
want
know
some
who it is.
exclusive on our podcast, man. Release the names.
I'll try and think of some exclusive gossip that I could give you.
Yeah, go on.
I'll put it on the spot. Like, I have a think while
Yeah,
we're
while we're thinking, while we're
conversing.
talking
Yeah,
about
while
the
I'm
Euros.
thinking, I'll get back to you if I can think of one.
So generally, women's football isn't promoted in this country. Now,
No, I'm
with,
sure it will be now,
With
though.
them winning the World Cup, Euro, sorry. Do you think it's going to change?
I hope so. Let them get paid. Like then we can have.
Because at the end of the day, it's all realistically, it's about money. It's about
It
people
is.
watching.
Yeah.
It's about bums or seats. So you can't pay them for like a big wage if you're not filling stadiums.
Exactly.
So if you've got like 5,000 in attendance, how much can I pay you?
Exactly.
I can't pay you a big TV revenue if like
no
20
one's
people
watching.
tune in to watch a WSL match.
Precisely.
So it's
But it's like England or like our country, like Heartbreak, because these are just one. But they're probably not gonna get paid more or like. But we'll still go and watch England men's team play, and
Yeah.
you know, it's a slim chance that they're gonna win. But people will still pay. Why? What do we just like pay?
you know what it is. So I'll be very honest. Like I was chatting to my friend after the game, and I was like, "Oh, did you watch the final?" And he's like, "No." And I was like, "Why not?" And he said, "The same reason I don't watch second division football." And there is a slight. I think, to me personally, I think the quality's actually got quite good now. But I think with the goalkeepers, that's where like the lacking still is. So when you get to like internationally, it's fine. When you're trying to watch a WSL match between like Bournemouth women who've been formed for like 2 weeks.
Right, yeah.
Like the goalie is like Sandra from down the road, and like
Not Sandra.
it's like it's all flappy, you know what I mean? So when you try to tune in like a weekly basis, you're not getting like let me come back vibes.
Quality. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's that. I think that's the problem that they got addressed is throughout the whole thing. If you got more kids playing, more girls
That's
playing
it,
in
that's
school,
it.
you get a better quality.
Yeah.
Yeah. And schools not stopping girls from playing football.
In
Yeah.
it, although I was shit hot on netball, but it's not the same.
No,
not
it's
the
not
Nobody
like-
watches netball.
It's the
Like,
worst
that's
game on
the-
earth.
You know what I mean?
Like basketball,
You can't even move.
static basketball.
What's the point of
You
it?
Oh,
literally
no.
can only pivot on one foot. It's kind of dead. I'm not
Why
gonna
they,
lie.
made all the British girls, especially British, may play netball, I really don't understand.
But
Because
you
that's what it
know,
is, schools.
after I finished school, I could have played football at uni, but then I became a cheerleader, and that was more fun.
You had cheerleaders at your uni.
Yeah, and the basketball
Wow.
team.
Did you have
loved us.
cheerleaders at Luton?
I went Middlesex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Luton was
No,
no.
there's no
Luton got
cheerleaders.
voted like the worst university in the country the year that we got there, innit? Like, or the year that I got there.
It was like literally bottom. Like, you know, they had the whole list of unis.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Luton was at the bottom.
I
They
don't
were-
reckon Middlesex would have been quite close to
It
the
wasn't
top.
that
It
far.
would've
It
been-
wasn't
yeah,
that
it wouldn't
far
be
from
that
us.
good. Yeah, it was still shit.
Yeah, they were both clearing universities.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. It wasn't my first option. I just went there.
nah, I remember when I got there, I just saw bare man around there. I was like, you do not go to university.
I didn't even mean to go there. I just went there because I didn't want to go to college for another year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like literally, I felt
signed up.
it.
I just signed up and they accepted me.
I went uni to waste time because I wasn't sure what I was going to do.
Same thing. That was college. I haven't uni. I
Yeah.
went to Warm Forest because I went with Agent Lucky. There's bare girl on the staircase. I said, fuck that, son.
I'm
No,
coming
I
to Wolverhampton
want
Forest.
to come right now.
And then college, there was like, fill out UCAS form. So we done it because you was just there. And then next thing you know,
I'm at uni.
Oh
yeah.
my god. My worst thing is in my second year, I had to do a dissertation because I started off on a foundation degree and then you do your last year somewhere else.
Yeah.
But in my second year of my foundation, I was with this waste man and I helped him finish his dissertation. and his time to hand in was different to mine. So he got his in on time and mine didn't. So I failed my second year because I helped him.
That's a
So I had
lesson.
to repeat it. Yeah,
Please, a lesson.
it is a lesson.
To everyone out there. Like, do your work. Don't
Yeah.
do someone else's.
Don't
Yeah.
let men under 6 foot manipulate you.
Actually, you ever watch your social media? It's like a fuckboy repentance page. It's like it's like an index of every woman's thought on like current men. It's crazy. That's why I wanted to bring her as like the female mind of today.
But also, I feel like I'm a good female mind because I have brothers. So I will see it from the man point of view.
Okay.
But at the same time, I'm going to call a spade a spade. There's a lot of waste out here on these streets.
I'm not even going to argue. I'm not even going to argue.
You
But on both
can't.
sides, though, on both sides.
On both sides,
oh,
yeah.
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 I'm definitely, I reckon I'm a fuckboy. If I was a boy, I'd be the worst.
Oh,
I'd
for
be
real?
unbearable. You
That's-
wouldn't see me because I'd be buried in something everywhere, every weekend,
See what I'm
every
saying?
day.
I feel like, honestly, I think this is a problem. I feel like we were terrible, and then women said, fuck that.
Fuck that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be
course.
terrible too. And they aspire to our worst values. Nowadays, like, we're all terrible. We're all just...
I feel like I've gone, fuck this. I was with one guy for 4 years, with another for 5. No, a 1 year in between that. 5. And then I went, no, I'm going to be about my career. And now you sort of don't want to date me because I earn more money than you. So I'm like, okay, so
That's a thing, isn't
it is 100% because people do not even want to talk to me.
That's interesting.
Why is that a thing?
Because men are scared of powerful women.
I don't mind it.
I was with a guy or like dating a guy, and then I got a shoot and I was away for 3 months doing a celebrity coach trip. And he was like, everything was perfect, everything was wonderful, love, love, love. As soon as I went away and he realised the reality of like me being away on a shoot, I can't be texting you all the time. I can't be there to have these 3-hour fucking phone calls when you finish work because like, I don't know what you've got
Why
to
do you
do.
want a 3-hour phone call anyway?
He called me every day.
That is very unmasculine.
From the minute he left work, he would call me. He would go on his motorbike home, call me, cook dinner, still on the phone, eat dinner, until he went to
He
sleep.
rode a motorbike and wanted
Yeah.
3-hour conversations
Yep.
with his missus. I thought
Yep.
there's a polarity that's not adding up there. He's hiding
Yep.
something.
And then as soon as I was away, and it was like, oh, you didn't text me back within 3 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, babe, I'm on a shoot. And then suddenly a man's sticking down like 7 different women. And I come back like, bitch, you're done. Like, you're done.
What was the racial demographic of this man?
Same as me.
Okay. I didn't want to say.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it sounded like a light skin behaviour.
No, I was very light skinned. It was very light
I didn't want to say. I didn't want to make that assumption.
No,
but
you're
yeah.
correct. You're correct.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very light.
It
It's hard
was.
the dating scene.
Yeah, very hard.
Yeah.
How's your love flash?
Cool. We're not gonna tell me that. I know what you're trying to say.
I live.
Nah, but no, I mean, also like I wouldn't have a problem. We're not seeing now.
With
Yes.
a powerful woman. That's
Yeah,
my
with-
thing about this conversation.
I'm not seeing
I
that
don't get
earns
it.
more than me. I've got no problem with that.
Should be happy. Then